Hi Katie, this is my, informative speech, that's right. Okay, so I only hope that we don't lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse. Do you guys know who said that?
Walt Disney.
Correct. Has anyone been to Disney World?
No.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to tell you guys about Disney World and why it's an amazing place, and I'm going to inform you, and it's going to be great. So, my thesis is I believe you're never too old to go to Disney World, and my three main points are: number one, every park has everything for the family. Number two, older adults even believe that the park was even built for them, like their older generation than the younger kids. And point number three is that there's more to behind the scenes of Disney than you think there is. So before we need to get all into that detail, we need to first find out what the parks are. And from my first resource, from a report from Joy Case, there's 4 parks. The first park is Magic Kingdom, second park Epcot, third park Hollywood Studios, and fourth park is Animal Kingdom. The first park was built in 1971, which is Magic Kingdom, and it was such a big deal, and everyone wanted to go, and big deal. And then the second park was Epcot, which was 11 years later in 1982, and then the third park was in 1989, which was Hollywood Studios, and then the fourth park was Animal Kingdom in 1998. And so then every park has its own little perk. And like Magic Kingdom has the Cinderella's Castle, that's what it's known for. Fun fact, it's 189 feet tall, and because they made it 189 feet tall because if it was 190 they would have to put a little bright light on top of it to know that airplanes, that's too high for them, so you need that flashing light. So they made it a foot shorter. In Hollywood Studios, they have the Rock and Roller Coaster, which goes to 0 to 80 miles per hour in 3 seconds, which is super cool. I've been on it. That's what it feels like. And then in Epcot, you can visit 11 countries in one day, which is pretty cool. It's not something you can go to every single day. And then Animal Kingdom has a safari you can go on. And so now that you know all the perks, this is not only just for kids now, also adults can go on it. And my little snippet experience is I've been there 6 times, and every time that I go, I feel like a better experience for me. But I guess for the first time I went, I was 9 months old, so I really don't remember. But every time when I was growing up, going to Disney World, it always seemed like it was better. And I feel like my brother, every time he's gone too, he's enjoyed it a little bit better too, even though he says he doesn't, but he does. But I'm technically young as a adult, per se, but as an older adult, like my parents who have gone multiple times, they also say that they love it a lot. And I want to quote from Melissa Harmon, who I got another source from. This is kind of a long quote, sorry, but she said, "I would find my childhood there. That is why Disney World is for grown-ups. So much of it is about nostalgia, pure and simple, about meeting the characters you remember from the first time you went to the movies, about recalling old films and past trips, and magic moments from long ago. It is a place for grown-ups to come, step away from reality, and rediscover happy memories that were long forgotten." And sometimes that's what it kind of feels like for older adults, is that they can go here and forget about the pressure of the outside world and act like a kid again. But knowing that Disney World is the happiest place on earth for not only kids, but also for adults, there's little behind-the-scenes actions going on there too. And so one little story I want to also talk about is that there's so many happy things that happen there. Like our last time that we went, my brother proposed to my sister-in-law, and it was one of the happiest days of my life. I cried a lot, but it was a happy cry. And I feel like there's not a lot of things that actually bad happens there. And so even though it's called like the happiest place on earth, there's little insights that make like the Disney World the happiest place on earth. These are all fun facts. Number 1, Magic Kingdom includes underground tunnels that can take you from one side of the park to the other side in about 10 minutes. They have cameras everywhere. So if you lose your kid and tell a Disney World like worker, you can find your kid in less than 5 minutes because that's how many cameras they have. And on the Magic Kingdom like Main Street, they have these vents that they shoot like cookie smell out of. So that Main Street smells like cookies, like fresh cookies the whole entire time you walk down Main Street. And then fun fact is also at the end of the day at Magic Kingdom, they have this big fireworks show that lights up the sky, and then Tinkerbell comes from the top of the castle and goes all the way down. But if you don't push Tinkerbell hard enough, she can't get to the bottom of the zip line fast enough. And that for auditions, they actually need a very strong upper body strength. So I feel like all of these put together makes Disney World, of course, the happiest place on earth, and you can only experience it if you go. So in the end, there's 3 main points that I went over. That each park has something for every person in the family. 2 older adults sometimes feel like the park was made for the older generation rather than the kids. And the 3rd reason is, there's more to the behind the scenes to Disney than you think. So I believe that Disney World is that I believe you're never too old to go to Disney World. And so I challenge you guys to save up someday and take your family there, because I know you will not regret it, because I certainly haven't.